Well, Kinsman, I have to tell you something right off the bat.
What's that?
I finally entered the real olding man phase because I was doing an online workout today, and I hurt my lower back. Now I've been limping around the house all day.
That's for throwing me under the bus with all the old man isms.
Yeah,
a couple shows ago. See, that's karma coming back to bite you in the ass, literally.
Yeah, that's right. So, my back the whole day. Where's my pills, Kinsman? But yes,
maybe it was that the video with the dogs there. You took a good kneecap from Ranger in the face during that one.
Yeah, it's been a rough weekend here at the Klomp household, and I got rookie. Okay, so here's the thing: you may see one of my Great Danes crash the show tonight because I had him in his kennel when he had the Lerone show, and he howled for about 45 minutes. So we're trying something new here.
Well, he's out. We'll call him. See if will he make an appearance. Rookie, where are you? Where is he?
He's gone upstairs to chew the couch, so we're okay right now.
See, that's the problem with the Great Danes. When they're too quiet, something's going to happen. But only if they're together, right? You've got the other one in the crate. He's okay. Ranger's okay, but Rookie's not.
Well, here's some other news. We're getting a third.
A third Dane.
Yeah.
I made a comment to Terry on that post. I said the next post is going to be a Klomp bed. It's going to be a picture of you picking up a bed because I can't visualize any space for you anymore. Especially with two Danes, now with three.
Here's the thing. When we first started dating, she says she likes dogs and never wanted to own one. And then now she says, psych.
No, they are cute dogs. And again, you'll have, what is it, Wrecker? He's coming in. Wrecker, Rookie, and Ranger.
Yeah, Wrecker. So,
hi, Louise.
Goodbye, PlayStation controllers.
Janice tuning in. Should mention, just like all the other shows for the month of January, this is going to be just like all of them. Chance to win a free week of tanning. Was that me? Yeah, my own comment made it onto the show.
Yeah, you weren't busy working on the show. You're blabbing on
Facebook. On Facebook there to our guests beforehand.
That's all right.
But yes, a chance to win a week's worth of tanning from Gail Mills, Bermuda Tan. She's provided free tanning all those weeks that she's thrown into this show for the month of January. So again, we love Gail. And again, all you have to do to win is comment. Watch my name pop up. That'll be a conflict of interest. Any comment on the show will get you into the draw at the end.
That's right. And by the way, you still have not dropped off my Benum photo yet.
No, I have not. You know what? I have not been to Sopo in a couple of weeks, so it's gonna have to make that make the trip tomorrow.
Joanne says just drink a few and then pills. I thought it was pills, then have a few drinks, but now Joanne fixed that up for me. Thank you very much. I don't. Do I have a black? No, I don't have a black eye. Hello, Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. Tuning in. Joanne, third dog. Are you nuts? You can feel that one.
Yeah, well, I don't really have a choice, Joanne, because I have 3 kids, which, 2 are grown-ups now. She says she gets 3 dogs, so I guess it's better than having a baby at 47. Is it, Kinsman? I don't know. You tell me. Would you have another? Like, you're in your 40s. Would you have another kid?
Another one. I think I'm capped off at 2.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
That's my end, I think, right there with my 2 boys.
Make him an effort and bring him his Benum. That's right, Joanne. Thank you so much. He only promises on the live show, and then once it's over with, I get
and after the live show's done, yes, that's right.
All right.
No. I'm gonna have to do that. Maybe I'll make a trip after tonight's show for you.
Okay. So all right. Well, come on now. All right. So we have Sergio. You know what? I got a lot of questions for this guy here.
Yeah. One of the top video journalists in the North.
Yeah.
And of course, you see him on CTV Northern Ontario News, and of course, when something happens major in Timmins, he's the guy. And we're going to be chatting with Sergio in just a few minutes here. It's kind of exciting to have a video journalist on the show. We're going to get, the ins and outs of video journalism in this city, the life behind the guy with the camera, and we'll see how he's doing.
We'll go see if he goes begging for free coffee like you do.
I don't do free coffees. Are you kidding me?
We'll find out. Let's bring him on. How you doing, Sergio?
Hello. Nice to see you guys. I'm good. How you doing?
Good to see you.
I caught Kinsman out of Tim Hortons. Hey, I'm from Kins and Clomp. Do I got a free coffee?
I do not.
You don't do that, do you,
I wait in line just like everybody else. I don't use that. I think back in my college days, I tried that the odd time. Went to Loyalist College. I don't know where you went to broadcasting school, Sergio, but Loyalist for us, it was one of the pubs there was Dolan's. And of course, us being in the radio broadcasting, crew back in the day, they gave us these cards and we would try to get into the bars with them. And it actually worked sometimes, but sometimes they said, hey, schmuck, get to the back of the line.
Yeah, I went to U of T in the Scarborough campus down there. And no, I don't ask for any free goodies at Tim's, but on the odd occasion, somebody will pay for my meal as like a gift and stuff like that. And I try to pay back the favor as often as I can. That happened just the other day, actually. I was confused at the drive-through. Somebody with I had paid for my meal, and then the person at the window gave my money back to me. I was like, wait, what's happening? And he's like, the guy behind you paid for your meal. So thank you to whoever did that the other day. I appreciate it.
There he goes. Nice gestures.
Nice. When you were a young lad, were you always into like investigative journalism? Did it start really early for you, or did you want to do something different?
Well, you know what? I came onto journalism like a little bit. I don't know. Like I find that a lot of journalists will tell you the story about how they were sitting on like their dad's knee with a newspaper in their hand or something like that. That wasn't really me. Like I was actually really interested in. Well, I was interested in like on camera stuff, but more in like the fictional area. Like I was into acting a lot. So I had done that until I was pretty set on that until close to when I was graduating from university. And then I realized probably would be better to pick a job that's a little bit more stable, that might make me a little less likely to live like under a bridge or something like that if I don't make it. So, and then the more I did it, the more I grew to love it, and the more I grew to appreciate what journalism stands for and what we do means for people's everyday lives, and informing people about what's going on and making sense of, especially right now with the pandemic, trying to figure out what is going on with COVID restrictions, COVID cases, the issues that pop up, and the good moments and the moments of inspiration that pop up along the way too. So it's been a really fulfilling job that it's turned out to be.
Are you when you go and interview people, and I see you and Lydia out in the community a lot. You guys are you're very visible, but it must be crazy because you got that microphone with like that 20-foot long hockey stick attached to it. Like, are you getting tired of that thing? That thing looks a little heavy too.
It's good. It's actually, I've gotten a little bit more, it's helped me with my strength training a little bit because I don't exercise that much. So the little bits that I can do, whether it's carrying the camera around and like filming people or, that kind of thing, it gets me the exercise. So it's actually pretty nice because, I get to keep a little bit of a distance away from people. It looks a little bit more, professional than the hockey sticks that we used to be using and stuff like that. So now they gave us a year into the pandemic, they gave us an actual boom mic to use. So that it looks a little bit nicer that way.
A little bit nicer, and adjusting with the pandemic. Obviously, it's almost like a game of cards. You can frown on it, or you can evolve. Like using the hockey sticks at start, now using boom mics. Is it tough? Is it tough being a journalist in pandemic times?
It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot, really. In some ways it's been easier, and in some ways it's been more difficult. So in the ways that it's been easier, I mean, we've done a lot more like Zoom meetings than I ever have before. I mean, we would do the odd Skype or Zoom call before the pandemic, but now it's been a little bit more with a lot of people working from home, and with distancing being a little bit more of a factor now. It's been a little bit easier to communicate with people that way because more and more people are hopping onto Zoom and getting familiar with that nowadays. But on the other hand, you miss that in-person connection when you do more Zoom calls than you do. So we try to do as many in-person calls as we can, but again, with the distancing, if people want me to wear a mask, or like I'll usually wear a mask if, say, we're indoors, but if we're outdoors, I'll keep that distance. But still, it's been during the pandemic, it's been interesting. From the connection side, interviewing people, it's definitely been different there. Gathering stories has definitely been different too, because there's just been you've had to look a little bit, dig into it a little bit more to find stories and what's going on, because with events closed down and with businesses closed down, there's a little bit less going on, so you have to dig into it a little bit more. But that's what makes it interesting too. You have to really find the human stories, and that would be interesting to people.
I love this personal question from Joanne.
Let's go.
Do you regret your choice? That's a great. Any regrets?
That's an odd question,
That's a fair question. That's a fair question. There are days when it's difficult, like for sure. But I found it to be more on the balance of whether it's on the difficulty and the fulfillment side. I think it's been way more fulfilling than it has been difficult, because I know at the end of the day, what we do as reporters and journalists and broadcasters, as I'm sure you guys know, is that, we're providing people like really important information to help people make sense of what's going on. On some days when there's an issue, a really important issue happening, to explain it to people in a way that they'll understand, and hopefully make informed decisions about whatever they need to make decisions about in their lives. But also, things that can help uplift people in a time like this, when there aren't a lot of opportunities to find, I guess, depending on what your outlook is, joy in a time like this. So there are definitely moments that when I'm able to do those happy stories, those are amazing. Like I did a story, I think a few weeks ago, of people just going to the skate rink, like the Hollinger skate path there. Mm-hmm. That was a beautiful story. It's a very simple story. Families just going to the skate park and enjoying their day together, when all of this with all of these COVID cases and the pandemic, all of these stresses that are going on, for people to just be able to, and I think that was the first weekend that it was open this year after during like the lockdown and something like that. And so for families to be able to go there and just enjoy a day out with their kids and their families, or their loved ones and stuff like that, to have that moment of calm and peace. Those are the stories in the time of turmoil that I love to tell.
Give us a walkthrough on a regular day. So obviously, CTV News is updated very often, a constant source of information, and you play a role of that for the Northern Ontario division. So every day that you're working, I assume you have to at least chase down one story. So how does it start? Are you fed certain ideas? Do you generate some yourself? And just walk it through. We're trying to figure out if your job's harder than ours. I think
absolutely.
Maybe.
I'm going to say it's a lot harder than ours.
Okay. Well, the thing is, every day, it has to be a different. Every day there has to be a different story on the news. And so basically, what it ends up being is that in the morning I'll take a look at what's going on that day, and in the prior evening too. But certainly in the morning, to get updated with how things are looking with, say, the pandemic. It's definitely been a daily thing, looking at what things are like for that, but also checking social media of like what's going on in the community. I frequent like the local Facebook groups in Timmins a lot, and in Northern Ontario and stuff like that. And I'll take a look through my emails if I've gotten like a press release from like either a government body or a local community group or something like that. And so it depends. Or like sometimes my editor will say, "Hey, Sergio, we want you to cover say schools reopening." I covered that story and what parents thought about that, and so that kind of thing. So it's different every day, but typically I decide the story either the day before or like the day of. And sometimes like I try increasingly during the pandemic, I've had to plan stories a little bit in advance because of how slow things can be during the pandemic. So Anything's harder than Jamie's job, of course.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
maybe true. Who knows?
there's give and take, you know. I mean, like I'm not exactly doing construction work here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I get to wake up and I only go outside when I need to gather like interviews and stories and stuff like that. So it's definitely mentally taxing. It's not physically taxing, but you know.
I'm wondering, obviously, like, we love the local stories, like people going to the rink, enjoying time with their families. Like, we chat about that a lot on the show. We really believe in giving people like a break from the norm for a little bit. When it comes to the more highly debated subjects, everyone knows what's going on this weekend with the protests. Is there a different approach that you take? Obviously, your job's to report what's going on in the certain area and I guess the feel of it, but is there a different approach that you would take for a more serious subject compared to like a feel good story?
Well, with something like this, where opinions can be very polarizing depending on who you're talking to, especially looking at the convoy. Some people are very for it, some people are very against it, some people are like, oh, okay, I understand where they're coming from, but but a certain fringe group within the fringe group that are saying that are displaying some things that would be very offensive to people. You know, you have to take all of that into account when you're reporting on something like this. Now, I haven't had to report on the convoy yet because they didn't pass through Timmins. They did pass through Sault Ste. Marie, and I think Sudbury a little bit as well on the way down to Ottawa. And, you know, you have to take that into account. And basically what it comes down to is, what do people think? That's basically it. We have to take a temperature gauge on as far as local news goes, because I guess I can only really speak from there. I'm not really a national reporter. I'll report on national issues, but take a local perspective, what people here think about it and what they should know. So basically what we would do is, you know, take a local temperature gauge. What do people think? The people that support the convoy, why is that? What are their views there? And what should they understand about, you know, the situation regarding vaccine mandates and that kind of thing. Just making sure people understand the facts and why things are happening.
Oh, very good. We have a couple questions for Sergio. We'll start with Adams.
So.
Do you enjoy asking tough questions to get the true answers?
Definitely. I mean, if there's something really serious going on, and the source that I'm talking to might try to skirt around the question, because I mean, I'll give an example, just like a recent story that I did, because people have been talking still about the story that I did on the long-term care home in Iroquois Falls, and I'm still getting comments on like on the post that I did on the Timmins page, and that was a tough story, because you have to look at that and from really both perspectives, from the side of the family that was trying to see their loved one in the home, and also on the side of the home itself that has to have these COVID protocols in place, and sort of balance those with the right to see your loved one in a care home. So so when you're looking at a story like that, you really have to look into what the laws are, what the guidelines are from the province with something like this, and pose that to the source themselves, and really nail down those questions. So definitely, if it's worth when there's an opportunity to ask tough questions and when it's a difficult story, I'm definitely not afraid to do that.
Thank you.
One from Derek there. He's from Ottawa, actually, tuning in. He says, is there one person or people you hope to interview one day?
Oh, well, that's a tough one, because I mean, there's obviously, I think reporters probably dream of like maybe interviewing the Prime Minister or something like that one day. I've gotten close to that. I got to ask the Doug Ford a couple of questions when he came into Timmins, and so that was pretty cool. I think I was really glad to be able to do that, whether or not you agree with whether you like Doug Ford or not. But it was a cool opportunity to ask some questions to the Premier.
Yeah.
So that would be cool too. Maybe interviewing the Prime Minister one day.
I thought he was going to say Kins and Klomp, but I guess.
I mean, I did interview Jamie once before.
He did interview. Yeah, we did a story about local comedy, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's great, but it's good. Do you feel like, when you're always out, very visible in the community, even on your off time, say like you're off and enjoying life with your family, are you always thinking about, hey, this would be a good focal point of a story? Are you always in work mode in your brain?
Oh, I see. Like if I'm always looking out for story, I try to. I think that would probably be a better habit as a journalist to have. But I try to, when I'm not working, I try to stay in the moment as much as I can. Like I'll keep an eye on like what's going on social media to keep note of like future stories to do. But yeah, definitely when I'm out and about, it can be a little bit tough to get out of the reporter brain sometimes.
Now, going back to one of the comments from Joanne, she says, so basically you face stalk on Facebook. So that opens up a perfect opportunity. If someone, let's say, watching the news saying, okay, my story should be on the news. Like, do you always like when people just say, hey, this could be a possible lead. This could be a story. You want them to flood your inbox, and it gives you ample opportunity to choose more of the the lighter side of the stories that you like to shoot.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. I mean, I love when people reach out to me, like message me on like Facebook or whatever it is, send me an email, like shoot me a text. I mean, I love a lot of the stories that I've done have been like tips from people in the community that say, hey, Sergio, you should take a look at this. This is some event that's happening, or this is an issue we'd like you to cover. So I love getting messages from people, and because it also shows me that people trust me with their stories too. Yeah. So that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Good to know. And I guess if someone were to send you a story, they want it on the 6 o'clock news, what is your deadline? Is there a deadline that, let's say you want it on today's news? What time would someone get those messages into you by?
Well, I mean, basically, if they can let me know if there's like a timeline for like if there's like an event happening on Saturday, then I would cover it on Saturday and have it on the news on Saturday if I'm working that day. Maybe Lydia Chubak's working that day, but if they want it on the news that day, it depends on how time sensitive it is. Maybe I have another story that I'm already doing that day, but definitely let me know anyway. Like if you're wondering, hey, is this something that he could do? Shoot me a message. I'll let you know, and I'm always open to ideas.
You and Lydia are the two main, if not just the two reporters responsible for Timmins and surrounding area. Is there a fun competition between you two? Like Mark and I, we love to compete with everything, right? So do you guys have like a little fun competition? Who can get the best story? Who can get the most engagement online? Do you guys have like a fun dynamic like that?
Well, I find that I don't really find that there's much of a competition in terms of getting the best stories, because I find like really I just want to find the best story I can, regardless of any other reporters in town, I guess. But I think mostly when it comes to like a small northern town of like Timmins with like 40,000 people, sometimes we're competing just for stories in general. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not necessarily directly competing, but sometimes it can be a stretch to find stories to do. And so, but the good thing about like reporting here with such a wide area, because we cover like our coverage area spans everywhere from like Chapleau to Kirkland Lake up to Cochrane and like down to like Gogama and stuff like that. So there's a large coverage area where we can sort of look for and find enough stories to go around.
Yeah, there is a lot happening in the community. Now, Mark's a typical, like, he's been a radio guy. You're a television guy. Like, do you think Mark should have won the television, or maybe he didn't have the face for it?
I didn't even think that I had the face for television. So, I mean, but I ended up doing it anyway.
Yeah. You guys both got that great hair, though. I could tell you that. I would have not have made it through this broadcasting school. You got to have that red hair, right?
You would have to, they would have to have powdered your melon to hop on the newscast there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've been
too much shine.
Quite honestly, I've been told to wear makeup a couple of times just to spruce the face up a little bit. But you know what? I'm good.
We were chatting before, so you went to school in Toronto. So yeah. You're from the GTA originally?
Yeah, well, I was born in like sort of the Scarborough area, and then I moved north slightly to Vaughan, or like I guess perhaps Ontario's Little Italy right there in Woodbridge, and so I've basically been around the GTA. Yeah.
So when you had the opportunity to cover news in Timmins, was your first thought, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have to talk about the 4 cows that got loose out of the barn," or, but I assume that like obviously you jumped on it, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
well,
big shift from Southern Ontario to Northern Ontario.
it happened very quickly because I had done journalism school for like 5 years up to that point, on like 3 years in university, and then like a year and a half, 2 years doing it practically in a college portion, practicing what I had been learning. And right after I graduated, I didn't even know that there was this job opportunity in Timmins at the time. I was applying for a part-time job in Sudbury, and then they let me know that there was actually a job opening in Timmins that they hadn't posted yet, and I had gotten my name on the door at just the right time.
Yeah.
And within 2 weeks, I had moved. I got an apartment, and moved up here. So I did a little bit of research on Timmins and stuff like that, and what stories are going on up here. And it was a really there were some great stories, even just in my little bit of research that I did, like things like the Yo-mobile. I had known about that a little bit before I moved up here, and that was cool. I was really interested in the small community stories and those things. I enjoyed the fact that there's a large the presence of Indigenous communities here is very that's very important here in the French community. Getting to learn about the culture as well has been fantastic. So it was a bit of a change from like city life or suburban life, but you grow to love the outdoors a lot. So I'm proud to say I've moved up here and that I work here.
And you get a lot of good opportunities to tackle some stories. Let's say if you started off in a bigger market, they usually push you to the side, but being up here, they say, here are the reins, Sergio. It's either you or Lydia out there in the field shooting these stories. So you do probably get a better handle of broadcasting working in a smaller community. So let's say in a few years, what is your eventual goal from Timmins? Obviously, you'd want to make. Is the end goal always to make it to the anchor desk, like let's say in Toronto or a major news center?
Yeah. I'll touch on the point that you made earlier about like the types of stories that I get to do, because you're absolutely right. I think if I started out as like maybe a copywriter, or because I don't think I'd have the experience to be like a video journalist in Toronto yet. I probably need a few more years under my belt to do that. And so, since I moved up here, the types of stories I've been able to do have been fantastic. I mean, especially during the pandemic, and say, for example, things that like the COVID cases that have happened in like Indigenous communities. Like I covered the spike in cases in Kasheshwan First Nation, and that became a national story. That was that people all around the country were looking at that story. So that was a privilege to be able to do. And so as for where I think it could take me, I'm not sure at this point. I mean, I'm good in covering Timmins stories right now. Eventually, I'd like to be able to because my family's in the GTA, so I'd like to incrementally move closer to there if I can. But at this point, I mean, the North is a great place to be, and I'm glad and proud of all the work I've been able to do up here.
Now, I know something about Sergio you don't, Kinsman, because I'm a bit of an investigative journalist myself. I know he put everything on the line for his engagement. He flew in a guitar, his guitar.
You've read into the whole thing.
I watched the video. He surprised me.
Okay.
Kinsman and I, sometimes we get in the dogrhouses, so I like that. My mentors are guys that are doing it well, and Kinsman's he's a single guy, so he's looking for some romantic help himself. So, but to tell us about it, because I thought that was pretty awesome. You had a video package, and it looks like you swept her off her feet. Congratulations!
That was fantastic. I did not know you were going to bring this up.
Yeah,
that's hard hitting questions right here. Right. Yeah, this was fantastic. I'm so happy to talk about this because we had my now fiance and I had been dating for 5 years up until now, and long distance as well, because we had I moved up to Timmins, and before that, like 2 years ago, and before that, she had been going like sort of back and forth between different schools, and so it never really lined up until the right point where we were just in the same place for a good, like, enough time. So so once I had the opportunity to actually pop the question, as it were, I wanted to make it big, you know what I mean? So our anniversary was on like December 28th. That was our like fifth anniversary. So I wanted to plan something big when I flew in. So I hired a photographer and who also like took like video to document the whole thing. And I had my brothers help me out and to sort of plan like a special surprise for her. So so what I did was if you know the Scarborough Bluffs, it's like a sort of like a waterfront area. It's like a good hiking area, and we had been there like a few times. It's like a special spot for us, and how cute! Thank you very much. So I picked like a picnic. I scouted out like a location for like a picnic. Oh, but here's the thing. I'll backtrack. I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place. But I originally planned because of the COVID situation, it changed. I originally planned to have like a anniversary dinner at Casa Loma. There's like a restaurant there, and I had like planned like a location to do like to do a surprise proposal. And because of the COVID restrictions, we didn't feel our thank you very much for the congrats. We didn't feel like going in, like doing an indoor thing. So I moved it to outdoors. We moved it to the Scarborough Bluffs. I picked a very specific location, a picnic table, and I had my brothers go over in secret to set it up and decorate it with a tablecloth and like candles and all of that. I brought my guitar over from Timmins on the plane. I had it spruced up. I brought it over to the music box to have it fixed up, and I brought it over to my parents' house where I was staying, and had my brothers put that at the picnic table. Had the videographer secretly like mic me up. Like once we were driving down there, I was gonna like sneak behind like a building, and he was gonna put like a mic on me. This was the funny part though. Like it was I had to like do like some shifts on the way, like planning shifts on the way there. And as we were driving down to the final like location, I thought, okay, there's no more changes, no more hiccups that can happen up to this point. And so we're driving down. She has no idea, by the way, what is happening. And so there are a couple different routes that we can take, because there are different areas at the Bluffs that you can, have a picnic. So she was like, I want to go this way. And I was like, no, that's the wrong direction. We need to go this way. And she's like, what's the difference? We can just go here. There's picnic tables over here. I'm like, I was like, am I going to have an argument? Are we going to?
You got an argument beforehand, not realizing that you have a whole production side on this side. We got to go over this side.
Yeah. Have you ever seen? This is a nerd. I'm a bit of a nerd. Have you seen Spider-Man 2 when he was trying to like propose to Mary Jane and he completely blows the engagement? I was like, is this what happened?
You're right.
But thank God she's agreeable. So she was like, fine, you're weird. Let's just go this way. And so once so we take her up to the location. She's completely taken by surprise. She had no idea that it happened. I played a song for a song that's like special to us, like an Ed Sheeran song. Yeah. So I played that song, and then I rewrote one of his songs for like our situation and stuff, like our life. And so I basically rewrote it and had it all on video. And so photos and all that. So it was amazing.
You should have turned around and did a story. All right, late breaking news from Sergio CTV. I was confident on the yes, 85%. I was still a little sweating it, but I came through in overtime. And
the polls suggest we had about a 75% chance of success, but we managed to pull through in the final yard.
Yeah, I think so that awesome. Is that is the true meaning of raising the bar for anybody out there trying to woo someone. My God, Sergio,
I don't know how I decided
that certainly takes the cake.
It was a bit out of character for me, to be quite honest. But once I started, I was like, I have to follow through with this, and it turned out to be amazing.
How much deodorant did you go through going through this? Probably you're probably sweating, dripping, going, okay, I swear I hope this goes right. And of course she's trying
a lot of deodorant.
track, right?
A lot of deodorant, absolutely. My voice was a bit off key too, and the guitar was like off key because it was cold and it like pulled it out of tune. But it was nice. We made it a nice occasion.
All right. Well, now you're building the life in Timmins, Ontario. So there it is, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, once we've got the date planned and all of that, so once we tie the knot, as it were, I mean, we're done. I'm bringing her up here.
There we go. We're making good friends with Sergio now. Just in case in a couple of years he wants to do a Kins and Klomp expose the truth. He'll give us a heads up and maybe edit out some things. We got to get it here.
That's right. We'll bring you back up. When you bring your fine lady up, we'll bring you both on, and you can give us a further update. We'll keep bringing you back on here.
Absolutely.
Kinsman's just trying to get a gig to MC your wedding here. I know.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's right. It's knocked up joke. Yeah, but we really appreciate. I was chatting to you earlier. Yourself and Lydia. Once again, you're very visible in the community. You support a lot of the awesome organizations and events and businesses. Of course, there's what's the serious stuff going on in the world to report on, but you folks do a lot for the community and make people aware of all the awesome positive things that are going on. So we love seeing you guys. We know we need a Kins and Klomp cruiser, like they got the
right. Well, here's the thing. Chatting with Sergio earlier, he exposed because when I drive by, I'm driving my little guys to school and daycare. I always see him in the big parking lot where the old bus station used to be, and he was saying that's where he does his editing because everything's all digital. You're carrying around is it an iPad, Sergio, that does all your work for you, or you have to do all your work in?
Oh yeah, I'll show it to you. Yeah, this is basically where all of the magic happens right here. It's just this iPad. I know we were talking earlier about how I guess like the broadcast experience used to be, but I didn't have any experience with that. But I mean, it's incredible that we're able to do everything that we do and put a news story together on just this guy. So basically, the CTV station obviously has been turned over to another bell company, but it's sad to see that go. But it's the landmark is still there, and my office is basically my vehicle here, or my desk here. So it's nice. That's where all the magic happens.
Did you learn digital when you went to broadcasting school, Kinsman?
You know what? Here's a funny story. I was the last, the broadcasting year of 97 into 99. We were the final class that went, like the traditional splicing on reel-to-reel into digital at Loyalist College. So every year after 99, it was strictly digital. We went, you toss CDs out of the way. It was so weird, going from, playing vinyl to, playing carts, 8 tracks to now everything's all into a computer, and everything's been in computer ever since. So
Kinsman, you broke the story in the Titanic. Give me a break. Way back there. Okay, let's see. I wanted to put this back. Does your fiance know how cold it is here?
Yeah, she knows all too well how cold it is. It was actually a great, I rubbed my hands together a little bit when I saw all the snow that they got in Toronto. Apparently the snow hasn't gone away. And I was like, good. You've got a taste of the Timmins experience a little bit.
Maybe introduce Kins to one of the brides.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, they got to be single first. Settle down, Mark.
Yeah,
settle down.
Single bridesmaids.
Yeah. That's right.
Working.
Yeah, they're all taken, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're out. You're out. He struck out again, Kinsman. Didn't have a digital camera, smartphone when I finished journalism. So the world has changed.
It changes a lot.
Yeah, some journalists actually do it not, like just from a phone, like I do it from an iPad. Some people just do it like directly from a phone. So,
wow.
But I still use the camera and stuff like that. But some people shoot and edit and stuff and gather their news all from a phone. So that's a little bit wild.
And you just upload the story right from your cruiser in the old bus parking lot, and boom, it gets into the 6 o'clock news. Who do you fire that off to now? That is it everybody down in the Sudbury hub where all those news stories go now?
Yeah, that's where it all happens. All the folks in North Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Timmins, and Sudbury, they file it all to the Sudbury HQ right there. So it's interesting. I mean, I guess in a perfect digital world, you could be able to find your stories, gather your stories, edit your stories all from just a phone, and that's the future, man.
It's crazy, isn't it? But I guess if a story needs to be uploaded quickly, like everything being digital, you can shoot something at 9-10 o'clock in the morning, edit it by lunch hour, and boom, she's off and ready to go for the 6 o'clock news. Like it's got to make your job a little bit easier in some sense.
It's incredible. I mean, I'm surprised how many communities in the north actually have pretty good internet. There are some areas where they're still in the 2007 3G sort of internet quality there. But
my old phone.
That's my Great Dane, by the way. See, he's gonna say hi, Rookie.
There he is.
I had him. I was mentioning before, Sergio. The last show, my partner's working right now, so the last show I put him in the kennel and he howled the whole time. So now I have to.
Now he's out.
He wants to be in on the action,
but he's crashing everything constantly.
Eating hats. Tell Sergio how many hats he's chewed in the time that I've known you.
Oh, a good 7 or 8.
Couch cushions, tables.
Yeah,
beautiful. I'm actually hoping to get a dog at some point. My fiance is a very she's a big animal person.
Oh.
Like her parents' home is they have I think they used to have a bearded dragon. They have 3 dogs. They have cats. They have a bunny. So that's probably going to be me at some point, just to have a mini farm in my house.
There you go. You're going to be loaded up. Well, listen, you're once again you're doing an amazing job in the community, and we're happy things are going well, and we always look forward to your stories. And a pretty good team over there, right, Kinsman?
Pretty good team, and I guess I'm just gonna say this confidently that I'm probably correct when I say this, but working with Lydia, probably having her experience rub off on you is probably one of the best mentors to work with here in the north.
Oh, absolutely. I know if when I'm running into trouble and stuff like that, or if I need advice, I know that Lydia's there with her years and practically decades of experience. So I mean, if there's anybody to ask about how to report in the north, then it's Lydia for sure.
She knows it all. Well, thank you very much, my friend. We'll let you get back to the guitar and writing some more romantic songs, and we'll definitely be seeing you on the streets. So we'll see what you come up with tomorrow. We're really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, this was fun. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be an interesting day, so that's going to be a news show you'll want to watch.
I bet. There we are.
Sounds good, Sergio. And if you're up in the Cap area to do the Cap Bay dip, us crazies are jumping into the bay that day, so you just might see us freeze our baguettes off.
Oh, we'll have to see that. Yeah, for sure.
There we go, Kinsman. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. All right. Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yep. Bye. Take care, Sergio.
He's an awesome guy, right?
Awesome guy. And again, it's nice to see, the behind the scenes of who you see, on screen. They're just regular people, and exciting, extraordinary people that, live and work amongst us. And it's great to have Sergio and soon to be his bride to be ready to come to Timmins as well. So wishing them all the best. Nice to see Sergio on the show tonight.
All right, Kinsman, guess what? Full beard, 5 years old today, buddy.
Yes. Happy 5-year anniversary. Can you believe that? People posting on my 2 years.
No, full beard.
Where's my can? My can is...
the only time you're sober on the show was the full beard anniversary song. Great, Rookie. How disappointing of Kinsman. But, congratulations. And they do, obviously... amazing ownership and staff over there, but they do a ton of community work, that team, and we love being partners with them, pal. Not only are we regular customers, we're strong partners.
Strong partners. And was reading a post, because it is their 5-year anniversary. A lot of the prices are geared in 5, so $5 for a lot of stuff going over at Full Beard. So wishing Jonathan and Benji all the best and their crew. And of course, there's a strong team over there. Again, they posted some before and after, before Full Beard turned into what it was. It was MetaChair. And if you see the pictures, you can't even picture the brewery in those old pictures. So amazing work that those boys and gals have done.
Boys and girls, yeah. Chad said, "Did you fulfill your contract of laughing 3 times at my jokes?" No, you only
I did. Yes, we're coming to the end of this month, so I've got four new ones next month to
show, Kinsman. A show, 4 laughs a month. Wow,
four laughs a show.
Never tried them. Gonna have to give them a try. Absolutely, Stephanie. Yeah, get over there. Yeah. It's and I can't wait for things to open up because I like going in there and having a pint.
I like having a pint, and again, yes, let's loosen the restrictions and get ourselves in there to enjoy the pints.
Happy anniversary to Sabrina and Dave, Rosewood
Avenue. Yeah, the Sauvays, of course, Rosewood Avenue. They're celebrating 13 years together, and it says 13 years of adventures, love, and music. If you follow Rosewood Avenue, that was their post today. So wishing Dave and Sabrina all the best.
There you go, pal. And Naomi, we wanted to give an update on her. She's still trekking through awesomely.
She is. And again, remember when we had her on the show for Jet Set magazine, she's trying to, jump onto the cover. Of course, it goes by votes. It was top 10. Now they're into the top 5 voting rounds, and she's currently 3rd place, jumping into tonight's show. And voting goes till February the 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you haven't voted for Noemi, make sure you jump on and make a vote. You can vote every single day for free and right up until the 6th. So we're wishing her a top 5 launching. And right now sitting in, 3rd place is pretty good.
I've been voting. Lisa Fremont, her music is starting to blast everywhere. Did you know that, Kinsman?
I know that. And yeah, I just want to give Lisa a shout out from when it launched last Tuesday to now. Radio stations all around the world have picked it up, including Italy, Netherlands, the USA, Mexico, even Australia, and the Canary Islands. So congratulations to Lisa. Those are some cool radio station DJs going. We love our Canadian talent, and they've picked up a great Canadian talent right there, extraordinaire with Lisa Fremont.
And she's been our beginning and outro
of the song, yes. And of course, in the Midday Blast, which you'll be able to hear more of her music. But "Move Me" is the song that is now moving around the world. So nice to see.
You wrote that joke, didn't you? Trivia, yes. Next month we're going to be having some trivia.
And thank you, trivia. And if we can get the restrictions loosened, we just might be doing an in-person trivia. So keep your ears peeled and eyes glued to the show, and we'll have some details.
What's going on here? There's something on Family Day.
Yes, Hollinger Park on the 21st of Feb. It's going to be complete with a parade at 12:15. The city's putting this on. There's going to be sleigh rides, park cardboard costumes, which will be featured in that parade, parking lot curling, which will be fun, pickleball, and they even have winter tennis. And also a fire pit for those who don't like to do any of the cold sports. You can sit there under a nice warm fire, have a hot dog, marshmallow roasting, and hot chocolate. And again, all free courtesy of the city of Timmins. So shout out to them.
All right, pal. Let's say we wanted to give Albert Seal one more thank you from our sponsors.
Yes.
He really came through last week. Yes. All right, Kinsman.
Did. And of course, he was sponsoring the show with Lisa Fremont on the show. And, that's a strong partner right there. Loving her music. And again, it's now circulating around the world. Albert Seal is the man to go to when you want to seal your deal. AlbertSeal.com, AlbertSeal@yahoo.ca if you want to buy or sell a home. And how about this? Plant-Based Marché, talking to Roxy and Mark. They've got the vegan store. If you're looking for vegan, plant-based meats and cheeses that are actually made right here in Timmins. Can't get any local than that. It's a vegan grocery and lifestyle store, 175 3rd Avenue. You can give them a call, 705-221-1755, or check out plantbasedmarche.com online. And V&M Renovations, Justin and his crew, if you're looking for an experienced general contractor, well, V&M Renovations is it. Get yourself those renos that you've got planned. They're on the back burner. We all know it. Justin will come by with his crew and assess for free. Free quotes, 705-372-3832. And how about Lucian Transportation? They are still looking for bus drivers, recruiting new drivers. And if you want to pick up a great part-time or a full-time gig, the sky's the limit at Lucian Transportation. And again, $2,000 for a sign-on bonus for new drivers, $1,000 sign-on bonus for bus drivers that are currently with Lucian who recruit. Again, get in touch with Pat at Lucian Transportation and Crew, 705-360-4090. And Martin Peel, Pat's K9 Protection and Detection Services. This is the guy you call for security guards for all events, train detection and protection, and for K9 mobile security patrols, alarm response, K9 obedience in training, obedience and upwards for his training. 705-288-7435. And he's also got positions for mine security. So drop those resumes off to Martin today. And Bermuda Tan, where looking good and feeling great is Gail Mills' specialty. Bermuda Tan, she's been on for the month of January, giving away weeks of free tanning. Of course, if you want to get your bronze on, give Gail a call, 705-264-4500 to book your tanning slot today. And Elite Geeks, El Retronix, over 8,000 video games for gaming systems, specializes in gaming systems, electronics, phones, and my little guy's sister, Chloe. She has a broken screen. Guess where we're taking the iPhone tomorrow? Chad's going to get it down at Elite Geeks because he'll fix it. You don't have to send it out to miles away, losing, vital time with your phone. So again, he also buys, he sells, trades game systems, and he's also got Warhammer. They're looking for Warhammer players. Book a room in a party today, 705-266-7892. That's Elite Geeks on Spruce. And the Carnival, Winter Carnival with Laurent is going to release their schedule on Feb 1st. That will be released. We will launch it on our page. We're going to share it all over the place. And again, we're going to have a lot of fun planned with Laurent. And again, we're going to be doing some tubing with Laurent down at Mount Jameson in a couple of weeks' time on Family Day, which will be a lot of fun. And the Timmins Rock, yes, they are back. That is, I know that says February the 4th, but it's February the 8th, which will be the game. They had to switch up the schedule. It's going to be against the Cochrane Crunch. And again, that'll be on Tuesday, Feb 8th at 7:30, timminsrock.com for your tickets. And we will be there. And it's also on a show night. How about this? We're going to do the first half of that show on Kins and Klomp Live from the rink. And Jamie and I will do the show half from the Mac and half from Jamie's studio. So tune in for that.
Feb 8th. So Feb 8th, not Feb 4th.
Yes. I don't know how that one slipped in there by accident, but yeah, that was the old date before they had to do the rescheduling. So it is Feb 8th. And I want to thank DAP Cleaning Solutions and Drew Ann. If you're looking for anything that needs to be clean, that you don't want to clean, you want it done professionally, and in a high quality standard and fashion, well, commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed is DAP Cleaning Solutions. Cleaning service, carpet cleaners, janitorial services. They do stripping, waxing floors, windows, or any other cleaning, sanitizing job that you require. And again, Ann offers free quotes. So give her a call and say, I've got this mess to be cleaned. How much? Well, Ann will sit down and chat with you, 705-465-3500. And you can also email her at ann.dapcleaningsolutions@outlook.com. I think I've lost the sound on your end. Can you still hear me, Jamie?
I can hear you now.
There we go.
I was saying you are my hero every time.
Every single time.
There we go. Are you ready to give away some tanning passes?
Yes, this is our final week of tanning from Gail Mills and Bermuda Tan for the month of January. Maybe she'll throw some more in for the month of February. We'll have to wait and find out. But let's round out the month of tanning wins with the final win, and the winner is Ashley Allen.
Ashley Allen. Are you going to say it, Kinsman? Ashley Allen is going tanning. Are you going to say it or what?
Like the game show host, Ashley Allen's going for a week's worth of tanning at Bermuda Tan with Gail Mills. And again, Ashley will reach out to you, and then Ashley will go down there and start her week of tanning.
Can I do the announcing at the game while you're live? Benji. Benji wants to know.
He wants to know. He
Go
can
crash
come to the game. Yeah, you know what? This time we're going to be better prepared. Remember last time it was a little loud, so this time we're bringing earbuds. We're going to be chatting back and forth. But again, yeah, that's going to be against the Cochrane Crunch. Looking forward to that game. And again, you know what the second half means? That the guys are now eyeing the playoffs. So this is the playoff push. Crucial wins here for the Timmins Rock.
Joanne, just contact the theater and they will make sure you can use your passes.
Yeah, they will definitely. I know Colin will hook you up. And they're excited to know. We should note this, that the theater, when they open up again on February the 1st, it is going to be, they're going to allow popcorn to be eaten in your seats, which...
M&M's too? All of it?
All the food, all the concessions. So that's some good news there.
And now when I really wanted to show Rookie, he's gone. He's upstairs.
He's chewing on a couch cushion for you right now. But I just wanted to mention here, because of Imagine Cinemas here. Let me just say that they are opening on February the 1st, because I just had a message saying, when do they open and what's playing? Well, they've got Scream, Sing 2, The Kingsman, Spider-Man, No Way Home, and they also have tickets right now for advanced screening of the Jackass Forever, February the 3rd, and tickets available online at imaginecinemas.com.
All right, pal. All right. So I have a task for you. We are playing Lisa Fremont. Bye Bye COVID. You've done this a couple times. Why don't you introduce the song and let's see if you still have it.
Bye Bye COVID. All right, we're gonna end the show. Just first of all, thank you to all our sponsors who make Kids and Clomp Live happen. We're gonna end our show with the lovely and the very talented Lisa Fremont. This is called Bye Bye COVID on Kids and Clomp Live.
Hey la gang! C'est quoi vous faites dernièrement? Je regarde la TV à journée longue, je suis en pyjama, c'est pas mal plat. Ouais, je sais. Tous les magasins sont tous fermés. Il n'y a rien à faire. Non. Mais j'ai hâte que ça soit tout fini, cette histoire de pandémie. Ah oui, moi aussi.
Oui, mais je vous aime.
Oh, I love you too. Je me parle, puis c'est rendu, je me réponds. On est quelle journée encore? Ah, c'est vendredi, puis je peux même pas sortir. Ah! On va célébrer, on va crier. Bye bye à COVID, j'aurai plus de besoin de rester dans mon coin. On va célébrer, on va crier. Bye bye à COVID, tu peux danser dans ton PJ. Tout va bien aller. Hey! Ok, ça sent bien long, j'ai watché toutes les Walking Dead. Oh my god. Oh my god, moi aussi. J'ai tout maxé ma credit card pour faire du gros online shopping. Ouais, mais c'est pas la seule. J'ai découvert un jour à l'autre, on n'a plus le droit de parler. On va célébrer, on va crier. Bye bye à COVID, j'aurai plus de besoin de rester dans mon coin. On va célébrer, on va crier. Bye bye à COVID, tu peux danser dans ton PJ. Tout va bien aller. J'ai besoin d'une coupe de cheveux, j'ai besoin d'une teinture. J'ai-tu de la paresseuse, rien qu'un peu? On va